What's good, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about one of the most wild stories of my recent timeline. My Instagram and Twitter feed was flooded with Charlie Curate, co-founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative commentator and a very polarizing figure in the red pill space, was apparently unalived at a Utah college event. It's being called a political assassination. I was not really a fan of the guy, but I did come across some of his videos. Seems to me he was a Christian man who stood on his beliefs, morals, and values. I want to go through some of what we know, what's still uncertain, and share my take. Yeah, this story inspired me to speak out because this guy was a real advocate for people expressing themselves and having their own opinion, and also educating them on their opinion. I don't agree with all of his takes, but he does have some pretty good takes on certain subjects. But anyways, I just don't know what this world is coming to. What happened on that fateful day, September 10th, 2025? Charlie Curate was speaking at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, as part of his American Comeback Tour at an event called Prove Me Wrong. About 20 minutes into the event, he was hit by a single shot fired from a building roughly 200 yards away. The shooter is believed to have been on a roof or upper floor of a building wearing dark tactical type clothing. I'll put a picture there. We know he's on the roof. Immediately after, two people were detained as potential persons of interest, but were later released by the authorities. No one is confirmed to be tied to the shooting yet.
Every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational.
You've described Martin Luther.
If there's one thing life teaches us, what you put into the world eventually comes back to you. Some call it karma, some call it divine balance, some religious believers may call it spiritual justice.
And at the end of his life advocated for a more communistic view and then actually got away from race blindness and actually got towards race obsession. I'm totally cool with that. He did some great things. He did some things that were not so great. In America, though, you must understand, he is looked to as the new founding father. The main contention that I have with the Civil Rights Act and the Civil Rights Movement and how it ended, not how it started, is that we refounded the country fundamentally. We cast aside our founding roots and our founding documents, the U.S. Constitution, and we decided to basically usher in the Civil Rights Act as a new anti-racist dogma creed.
Man, Charlie Kirk, he continues to reveal his lack of concern, lack of respect for black figures by attacking one of the greatest American heroes of all time, Martin Luther King. He says they told this guy, a man who talked about we shouldn't judge it by the color of their skin but by the content of their character, a man who died in Memphis as a result of fighting for working people, a man who fought against the Vietnam War, a man who used peace and nonviolence to challenge the system of segregation in our country, who through his work in organizing helped to pass the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. Yeah, this guy's not an American hero. Who is Charlie?
Okay, I know some of his takes are pretty wild, but still, he didn't deserve to die. No one deserves to die for what they believe in. There's some people on social media who thinks he deserved what happened to him. So I have a few clips that I want you guys to, pretty much watch and, leave a comment down below.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. Just great.
What's your opinions of Kirk's death? I don't give a fuck about Kirk's death. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about no white man dying. I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking white boy dying.
My shit. Soon as a nigga hit the stage, they gon' ask if I can play the shit back to back. Yeah, they want it back to back.
For me, this is a tragic wake-up call. Violence, especially when tied to ideology, is not the way. It doesn't solve anything. It usually makes things worse. I think we all need to recognize that when public figures are under threat, when free speech is under threat, the consequences ripple far beyond those directly involved. I also think that while strong speech and disagreement are part of politics, but when rhetoric escalates to dehumanization, when people frame the other side as an enemy, risk increases. Leaders, media influencers, whatever side you're on, you have a responsibility now in how you talk, in how you express yourselves, and what you demonstrate to your communities. But I'd also rather see us take steps now, increase security for public events, better investigations into threats, and maybe most importantly, push from every side from lowering the heat in how we discuss politics, because if this is political, then this is on all of us. But for right now, this is everything that's been confirmed, along with my perspective. Moments like this are difficult, and they raise bigger questions about where we are as a society. I'd really like to hear your thoughts, and what do you think is fueling this kind of violence, and how we should respond as a community. Share your perspective in the comments. I'll be looking through them. If you found this breakdown helpful, consider supporting the channel by liking the video and subscribing so you don't miss future coverage. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.